Boeing. I knew you'd want to talk about it. See, as an American who's lived in Taiwan for 10 years, I have something to say about this. I'm on an island of engineers. And my computers, my cell phone, I've got an HTC while I'm in Taiwan. I'm not going to get another one of those pieces of junk. I've had an HTC Desire V. I've had the HTC One, the flagship phone. I've now got the HTC 10, their current flagship phone. I'm done with HTC. They had potential, but their engineers don't get it. These are engineers who don't see the problem with going to the circuit breaker box and opening the little not very strong, not heavy duty latch on the circuit breaker box twice every single day to turn the hot water heater on and off for your shower. They don't think, gee, we should have a switch that's been tested and rated for everyday consumer use like they do in Hong Kong, a little hot switch with a little hot water switch, strong and weighted, spring weighted, with a little annoying light to let you know the hot water heater's on right by the bathroom door. That's what they do in Hong Kong. But the engineers in Taiwan, never occurs to them that people coming in out of the wet, watery, drippy, watery, wet shower shouldn't be going to the circuit breaker box every day. Now, how are they going to get a company that could compete with Samsung in design, in user experience, if they can't figure this out? So I've been talking on my vlog on YouTube, especially this week. What was it? It was day 6. Disaster or tragedy, whatever it's disaster, something coming to Taiwan, warnings ignored. Where I explained some of what goes on in their ESL stuff. But I've been here for all these years, and I've been dealing with engineers. I know how they think. I've got a number of engineers that are friends. I'm a software engineer myself, kind of. And I'm still learning computer code in a lot of ways. Here's what I think about Boeing software. One other thing. My dad was a mechanic. He told me regularly that machines break. They always break. It's a question of when, not if. Anything will break. The more complicated you make it, the more likely it'll break. Well, these Boeing planes were complicated. Why? It had a complicated design. Here's what was going on. They designed these really weird, we're talking weird airplanes with the wings really close to the ground for some weird reason. Maybe they thought it looked cool. Airbus had wings in the normal place. It's a normal looking plane. Boeing had this weird thing. And somewhere along the line, someone discovered that if they used these larger jet engines, that it was more efficient with fuel. Well, Airbus put the larger engines on their planes. Wasn't a problem because the airplane was normal. The wings were in a normal place, no problem. But they'd be too big for these little tiny weird low to the ground wing things with the Boeing jets. So they put them, it looks really funny. It's like way out on the front. It messed up the balance of the airplane. So then I think they made the nose longer or something. I'm not sure about that. But it would the airplane would tend to point up or something. And so they had a computer program that would make the thing autopilot back to point it down again. And there was a problem with these things. Okay. So if the input from the sensors was wrong, then the plane would start auto-correcting wrong, going up and down, more and more until it went into a nosedive. And there might be a way to turn off the computer program that was auto-correcting doing this, but a warning light would have really helped. But the brilliant people at Boeing made the warning light an option for, $80,000 US. Chump change if you're buying an airplane. Anyhow, as an engineer on an island of engineers, It's simple engineering. Software breaks. You need to be able to reboot it. Your software needs to be written in layers. This is the problem with Windows. See, a Linux computer has a basic, a very basic command code level running everything. There's a command terminal managing everything, and the pretty windows and the pretty pictures and the graphics is running separately on top of that. It's called the X Windows system. And that system is talking to the lower level computer terminal, just computer code, looks like the Matrix sort of thing, like thing running underneath. And these two things talk to each other, but it's the Matrix looking code thing on the bottom that's really running everything. Windows isn't like that. Windows, you've got the same program running the graphics that's also running the low-level stuff. PHP is a similar language like that. So they needed, now as a result though, Linux is incredibly safe and powerful and efficient, clean. So, because, pretty windows and boxes and pictures really loads on the computer system. And so if you have the pretty window, the heavy pretty window stuff actually controlling your computer program, that can crash easy. But if you've got this ultra simple, doesn't need graphics thing controlling your computer program and then sending the information to the pretty graphics, well, there's a little bit more system stability there. So Boeing didn't think about that. They've got the thinking of the Windows engineers, and it crashed. That's basically what was going on with the Boeing thing. Stuff needs to be replaced. Maybe those engines wouldn't have worked and they could have put bigger engines in one day. They didn't think of that. I think they were more in love with their pretty weird looking, pretty gorgeous, slick design. It never occurred to the Boeing engineers that the passengers inside the plane won't be impressed by a weird, slick-looking new outside appearance of the plane. So I've heard people complaining about Boeing engineers for a long time. It was actually an argument against Kristen pipes. My father gave me a Kristen pipe. You want to see a Kristen pipe? I'm going to get a Kristen pipe. Hold on. I'm going to get my Kristen pipe. My father gave. I got to go find it. Where is it? Hold on. Get the Kristen pipe out. I got to find it. Oh, there it is. There it is. There's a Kristen pipe. Here it is. I'm here. I'm back. I'm green screening. My green screen is collapsed. Okay, green screen. Okay, there's my Kristen pipe. You can see it on YouTube. The cool thing about these, I like Kristen pipes, but it was designed by Boeing engineers. And one guy said online, Boeing engineers, nobody likes them. It's got an O-ring. And in the middle, it's got fins. It's got this stick that helps swirl and cool the smoke. Lots of O-rings, standard O-rings, usually replaced. The bowl screws off. Kristen pipes, really something special there. Really, 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 really amazing stuff. Kristen pipes, I suppose. How do I get this? I'm not sure. Okay, I think I got it. You know what? Designed by Boeing engineers. They made good pipes anyway. All right. Taiwan Special. Are we done? Is this? Are we on episode 2 or 3? This is episode 3, isn't it? We're almost done for the week, guys. My Taiwan thing. I'm going to keep going at it. I kind of am inclined to sort of tell you that I've got some interesting plans, but we'll see where it goes. Stay watching on YouTube, and I've already got a bunch of really interesting stuff in the works with the Taiwan thing, and I'll tell you, I'm really understanding what it means to step out in courage. I'm doing the thing with courage now. I've been afraid to speak my mind, and for some reason, all of a sudden, I'm not afraid to speak my mind anymore. I feel like I'm about to get smacked, but I don't care. It's not that I don't think I'm going to get smacked. I think I won't get smacked, but I feel like I'm going to get smacked for speaking my mind. But I just don't care. See you next week.